At the beginning of the summer 1942 campaign, Nazi Germany was facing a critical shortage of petroleum. By April, the German High Command had authorized a major offensive targeting the southern sector of the Soviet Union, motivated above all by the urgent need for fuel. Without secure oil supplies, the Reich stood little chance of sustaining a long conflict. The dream of a lightning blitzkrieg had already met its end outside Moscow in the winter of 1941. From then on, the course of the war rested increasingly on technology and logistics. Pressed by this fuel crisis, the German High Command shifted its operational focus southward. Personally launched by Hitler, this campaign marked a dramatic change in Germany's strategy on the Eastern Front. Tactical victories such as the capture of Voronezh proved short-lived. Strategically, the offensive became a costly mistake. Voronezh itself became a battleground for 204 days, enduring destruction equal to Leningrad and Sevastopol. Prolonged fighting in and around the city delayed German plans for the offensives toward Stalingrad and the Caucasus. This allowed the Red Army vital time to strengthen its defenses and deploy reserves. Intense combat raged both within Voronezh and across its surrounding countryside. The operational consequences for both the Wehrmacht and the Red Army would prove far-reaching and will be explored in detail during this briefing. Voronezh was chosen not only for military reasons. As a key railway junction and industry hub, it included a major tank repair plant. Control of the city would secure the flank of the German offensive headed for the Caucasus and Stalingrad.
The Southern Drive on the Eastern Front, approved as early as April 1942, bore the codename Fall Blau, Case Blue. This operation was divided into phases: Blau 1 for Voronezh, Blau 2 targeting the Don River, and Blau 3 setting the stage for advances on Stalingrad and the Caucasus oil fields. Blau 1 set out to encircle and eliminate Soviet forces in the Voronezh sector by executing a massive pincer movement. To achieve this, the German plan called for the Second Army to strike out from the Kursk salient in the north, while General Paulus's Sixth Army advanced from Volchansk toward Ostrogosk in the south. Their joint effort aimed to entrap and destroy Soviet formations from both the Bryansk and southwestern fronts. After securing the Voronezh axis, the Sixth Army's next objective was to pivot east and advance towards Stalingrad, a crucial industrial and logistical center on the Volga River. German mobile units were expected to capitalize on any breakthrough, racing south along the Don River to split Soviet defenses and clear the way for a strategic offensive. Field Marshal Fedor von Bock, commanding Army Group South, oversaw the initial phase. The main drive toward Voronezh was assigned to Colonel General Maximilian von Weich's Second Army, backed by General Hothy's 4th Panzer Army, which attacked from the direction of Kursk. To crack the Soviet defensive lines, the Wehrmacht assembled two powerful strike groups. In the northwest, between Shigry and Kursk, the Second Army and 4th Panzer Army attacked, bringing together several infantry, panzer, and motorized divisions. Simultaneously, General Paulus's Sixth Army launched an assault from Volchansk in the south with up to 12 divisions, including 2 panzer and 1 motorized division. The Germans concentrated around 700 tanks for the operation, giving them a decisive edge in armored strength. By June 28, 1942, Army Group South had a force of more than 1.3 million troops, over 1,260 tanks, 17,000 artillery pieces and mortars, and 2,030 aircraft. Also participating was the 2nd Hungarian Army under Colonel General Gustav Jani, fielding 200,000 soldiers, and ordered to advance towards Stary Oskol in coordination with German units near Kursk.
Across the lines, the Red Army's Bryansk, southwestern, and southern fronts could muster around 1.7 million men, about 2,400 tanks, and 17,500 guns. Soviet air power, though, was limited to just 900 to 1,000 aircraft, leaving the Luftwaffe with unrivaled control of the skies during the opening battles. Soviet defenses were dangerously thin. Stinging from the defeat at Kharkov and heavy losses in Crimea, including the fall of Sevastopol, the southwestern front was severely depleted. The Stavka continued to expect Germany's main attack to fall on Moscow, leaving the Belgorod-Voronezh axis perilously exposed, with over 150 kilometers virtually undefended. On 28 June, after heavy artillery bombardments and airstrikes, the Wehrmacht launched its attack, focusing on the junction between the 13th and 40th Armies of the Bryansk Front. Within 2 days, General Hoth's 4th Panzer Army had pushed 40 kilometers deep. Luftflotte 4's 8th Air Corps provided close air support, leveraging extensive experience in air-ground coordination. Soviet counterattacks by General Golikov's armored units were piecemeal and conducted without sufficient reconnaissance, rendering them ineffective. On 30 June, General Paulus's 6th Army began its offensive from Volchansk, breaking through Soviet defenses between the 21st and 28th Armies under General Timoshenko, further destabilizing the Voronezh front. In response to fears of a German advance toward Moscow, Stalin ordered 3 reserve armies to defend the left bank of the Don River. The 5th Tank Army, under General Lysyukov, and reinforced by the 7th Tank Corps under Rotmistrov, was tasked with counterattacking von Weich's flanks. The Wehrmacht advanced so rapidly that the front line split Voronezh. By 4 July, German forces reached the outskirts, and on 5 July, the 24th Panzer Division crossed the Don into western Voronezh. Only NKVD detachments, militias, and scattered Red Army units remained to defend the city. One of the fiercest battles occurred at the Agricultural Institute, where defenders mounted heroic resistance. The 232nd Rifle Division held an 80-kilometer front on the city's outskirts, while General Chernyakhovsky's 18th Tank Corps arrived as reinforcements, fighting fiercely until 8th July. The elite Grossdeutschland Division seized river crossings and formed bridgeheads across the Don. By 7th July, most of Voronezh was under German control except the Agricultural Institute sector. Soviet troops withdrew to the city's left bank. With these achievements, the primary goals of Blau I were fulfilled. On 13th July, von Weichs directed mobile units of Hoth's Panzer Army southward. Before this, the 5th Tank Army launched a counteroffensive, sparking intense armored clashes in the suburbs. Soviet tank corps, poorly coordinated and unprepared, suffered heavy losses from German aerial reconnaissance and anti-tank ambushes. German 75mm PaK 40 guns proved highly effective against T-34 tanks. Despite losses, the Moscow-Voronezh road remained under Soviet control. The 5th Tank Army was dissolved on 15th July. General Lysyukov was killed near Sukhaya Vereyka 10 days later. To improve command efficiency, the Voronezh front was officially formed on 7th July. Due to delays near Voronezh, Hitler replaced von Bock with von Weichs on 13th July. These setbacks allowed Soviet forces to avoid encirclement. By late July, German elite troops moved toward Stalingrad, replaced by Hungarian and Italian forces.
German advances on left bank Voronezh continued, but Soviet units repelled a crossing south of the city, halting further German attempts. In August and September, the Red Army launched offensives to expand its foothold. The Shilovo and Chyzhovka bridgeheads were firmly established despite repeated German attempts to eliminate them. Fierce fighting at Chyzhovka continued until Voronezh's eventual liberation. By October, the Voronezh front had stabilized. To the south, the Hungarian Second Army maintained its line, but during the January 1943 Ostrogosk-Rososhk offensive, Hungarian forces suffered catastrophic losses exceeding 80%, a national tragedy. With the collapse of Hungarian and Italian positions, the German Second Army's flank was exposed. This triggered the Voronezh-Kastornoy offensive starting on 24 January 1943. By 17 February, encircled German forces were destroyed entirely, with all breakout attempts failing. This decisive victory marked a major success for the Red Army. The prolonged Battle of Voronezh had tied down vast German reserves that otherwise might have reinforced the later Battle of Stalingrad. The city endured 204 days under frontline combat, the third longest after Leningrad and Sevastopol, and was left in ruins. Reconstruction began quickly after liberation, and by 2008, Voronezh was honored as a city of military glory, though it has not yet been awarded hero status.